I have not busted this camera out in years. I feel like this was the old camera that I used to record on. Why is it so loud? I got in really, really late last night from my travels, but I set my alarm so that I could get up this morning, and I don't know, like I have like a lot of stuff to do today. It's gonna be 94 degrees. I don't really know what that's about. It's pretty cool in my apartment right now. I might have to put in my window air conditioner unit, which I really don't feel like doing. But I decided that I wanted to pick up and just try my hand at vlogging. I don't know, I guess for me vlogging is one of those things that I've always sort of wanted to do because I really enjoy watching them from people that I connect with. But they've always just seemed really daunting, and I think that it's sort of my own form of like perfectionism to not want to dive in and just do them, even though they probably won't be perfect and you don't really know what I'm doing. But I feel like doing Instagram stories has also made me a little bit more, I guess, comfortable with vlogging on the fly. I thought it would be a particularly good day for that because I have like my travel skincare and makeup to unpack, so I'll probably show you that. Probably show you what I get at the grocery store. I have to go to the dry cleaner. I wanted to drop off like some winter stuff. This is like my North Face vest. And then all right, now that I have sufficiently like woken up a little bit better. I've had a cup of tea and I just did some groceries. I just dropped off my dry cleaning at like the non-toxic dry cleaner I go to. Actually, maybe you can see it in the background. It's called Xoxo. And I hand wash a lot of stuff. Oh, and there's like people pulling up. Now I know that it's like awkward to sort of like vlog in public, talk to a camera in public. Yeah, there's like totally a kid and a family in another car looking at me. I also like, I want to get a car mount for my camera so that I can like chat to the camera while I'm driving. I was like contemplating pulling it out as I was driving and I was like, this is not safe. My hair is like air dried and a hot mess. Yeah, now I'm just blabbing because I feel sort of like awkward. Post to sort of like food related videos or grocery hauls, I get a lot of questions like, what kind of meals do you put together? Like things like that. I eat like very, very simply. So as you'll see, it's just basically like mostly produce and some dairy. I didn't even get any meat because like I have some in the freezer. But let me just show you what I got. Since it's so hot today, I got just a seltzer water, some organic garlic and herb goat cheese. This is the brand of kefir that I've been drinking that I really like. It's a whole milk kefir by Green Valley Organics. Just got some milk. This is the one I usually get, the Organic Valley whole milk. These are some organic Kalamata olives. I prefer to get the ones like this because my only issue with olives in like olive oil in sort of like olive bar type of situations is that you just don't know kind of like how long they've been sitting around in the oil and stuff. So I kind of prefer these. Sesame butter and date macro bars. I got 4 of those. I need to buy a case of those actually. Maple Hill Creamery maple flavored yogurt. I really like this brand. 2 Kevitas. I don't drink kombucha, but I do drink these. They're just like a probiotic water kefir basically. And mostly what I use these for is, here, I'll show you. This is like a little peek into my pantry. I take some liquid magnesium in the kefir at night because the liquid magnesium tastes like kind of gnarly, honestly. Some organic blueberries that were on sale. I got some dried fruit, some medjool dates, and some mango. I got the organic Assam breakfast tea. So there's 3 different Republic of Tea teas that I like in the morning. The other one that I'm currently drinking is the Lucky Irish breakfast, and then I usually always get the British breakfast, but I've just kind of been wanting to get something new. And then this is just like a bunch of produce, avocado, mango, peaches that are in season right now, kiwi, lemon, lime. I got a bunch of bananas because I'm going to make banana bread, so 4 of these will be reserved for going really ripe to make banana bread. This is actually a new favorite find of mine. These crackers are so good. These are the Simple Mills Everything Sprouted Seed Crackers. The ingredients are really good. They also do like an almond flour cracker, but as you can see, this is like predominantly sprouted seeds. So these are really, really good, especially with like some cheese on them. maize. That's just some arugula. I usually get arugula or spinach or romaine. I just sort of alternate. Some broccoli. This looked good. It's just a spaghetti squash, organic spaghetti squash. So I got one of those. This is Italian flat leaf parsley that I've been really, really into lately. I just kind of put it on everything. Some apples, just because even though they're not really in season, I just love apples. What can I say? And then a Given, of course, que pasa blue corn tortilla chips. And then I got a little $5 thing of little pom-poms. Palm assorted. So those will brighten up my apartment. Someone just asked me about this over Messenger, and I thought it was like kind of funny, so I'll address it. Someone was like, I want to see the end of your necklace. This is not like a necklace that I wear for aesthetic purposes at all. This is actually... So some of you will probably think this is bogus. I don't really care. This is an earthing pendant that I wear like 24/7. I basically just take it off to shower. I sleep with it on and everything. It's by the brand Earth Calm. So I'm sure that some of you are familiar with the concept of earthing. It basically, there's like technology embedded in these pendants that tune your body's resonance in with the resonance of the earth. It's just supposed to sort of ground you. So yeah, that's what this chain is. I actually don't like the chain at all. It's, I don't know, I don't wear it for fashion like I'm saying, and normally I don't wear a lot of V-necks. I usually wear crew necks, which is why you probably don't see it very often, but it was just going to be like such a pain to try and get the pendant put on a different chain, and they have like a special clasp too, like a rubber clasp, so I just like went with the option that they had and I deal with it. The whole thing with vlogging is that it's supposed to be easier to just like pick up and do it, but I like had to bring out my regular camera because this is my like vlogging camera, but it doesn't have a viewfinder. So I feel like if I really want to do this, I'm gonna have to invest in a camera with a viewfinder because it's just too like, I don't know. Anyway, obviously I don't really care what the setup looks like. It's much more informal than my normal videos. I have laundry on the bed. You're seeing all like the mess in the background, or maybe not. But I wanted to open up a few things on camera. This is, so I have a Vitacost order, and then I have a package from a crystal company called Energy Muse, who reached out to me. As you know, I'm being much more selective about companies that I'll sort of, you know, work with or agree to do a video or an Instagram post with. By the way, also, I've never done a sponsored video or a sponsored Instagram post, which basically means that no one has ever paid me to promote their products or talk about them. The most I've ever done is receive products for gifted from the brand, and that's all I think I'll probably ever do. That's like a rant for another day. So why don't I show you what Energy Muse sent me. They reached out and wanted to know if I would do or be interested in doing a crystal video on incorporating crystals, and I feel like I'm like leaning, crystals in a beauty ritual, like kind of that sort of idea. And they actually have like a bunch of resources on their site. I mean, the most obvious thing would be something like a jade roller, and I already had one. So there were sort of some other options for beauty rituals incorporating crystals. So this, I think they're calling a
rose quartz charging plate. I have to do a little more research. I'm gonna do a whole video on this, I think, like how to incorporate crystals into a beauty routine. So I'll demonstrate facial rolling with a jade roller. I'm gonna do something like this. They sent me like a little kit to do, what are they calling this? Anti-aging crystal facial grid. So they sell like, I think, these different sets where you can do a crystal grid on your face. I talked about crystal gridding in my crystal collection video. A piece of raw aquamarine, and you make something called aquamarine beauty water. They have like the instructions on their website, so I'll demonstrate doing that once I learn how to do it. This is really pretty though. Look how pretty that is. It has very like, it feels very much like mermaidy. Maybe that's like kind of basic sounding. And then, ooh, this is very pretty. This is a rose quartz charging plate, I guess they call it. So I think that this is just what you put, for example, before you do the facial grid, you would just put the crystals on here and maybe cleanse them or sage them or charge them. I don't know. I basically just wanted to open this on camera and show you and let you know that that video will be forthcoming in the coming month, probably month and a half. And then I thought I would also quickly show you what I got from Vitacost. It's a really small order. The only reason I placed it is because I'm incorporating a few new things per my medical intuitive Adam. You know, I talk to him regularly, have pretty regular follow-up sessions with him, and every now and then, not often, but new things will come up as beneficial for me for a period of time. In addition to kind of like my baseline protocol, I think I showed, or I will incorporate in this vlog, the showing of some of the supplements that I take. I was like putting them in the pill case. Those are like my evening supplements that I take with dinner. So I recently added a morning supplement. The only thing I take in the morning usually is a multivitamin. And I now am taking one capsule of rhodiola. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's an adaptogenic herb. But only for, his resourcing is so precisely articulated, only for 3 months and 3 weeks. So I have 2 bottles of rhodiola. I don't know why I'm mentioning that. Because another thing that I'm incorporating, I think sort of indefinitely, is cherry juice. I guess it's very beneficial for where I'm at in my process. This is the Dynamic Health Certified Organic Tart Cherry Unsweetened 100% Juice Concentrate. So he recommended, I got 2 of these actually. He recommended mixing it into yogurt or kefir. And it's a really nice sort of dessert actually, because you're apparently only supposed to drink it at night because it has some sort of melatonin light sedating quality. So yeah, anyway. I got 2 of these and we'll be incorporating, you know, not much. I would imagine I won't have more than like 2 to 4 tablespoons mixed into some kefir or yogurt, you know, every couple days probably. And then I just picked up a few other things, like staple things, so that I could get free shipping. I just got a box of some of my favorite gluten-free cookies. These are the Jovial chocolate cream filled cookies. I always forget to pick these up when I'm at the store, so if I'm making a Vitacost order, I'll just add them. Vitacost carries nice organic raw almonds, which are one of the only nuts that I eat now, and I love them. I also got my favorite almond butter, which is the organic, once again, unsweetened and salt-free, creamy, lightly toasted almond butter. I really, really like this. And then I just got 2 Nick Sticks grass-fed, this is a beef jerky stick and this is a turkey stick. So I just like to take these, like sometimes if I am really lazy and I don't want to pack like a real lunch, I'll have one of those like in an apple and like some chocolate or something. Yeah, so that's all I got at Vitacost. Now that I have the camera set up like this, I think I'll just also talk you through some of the skincare that I had packed on my trip to California, because it all worked out really well and I kind of wanted to talk about some of the beauty products that I brought with me. So let me go grab them. So this is gonna look like a lot. I actually was very minimal on this trip, but this was, I mean, that wasn't even everything I brought, but this is skincare, and oops, there is a June Beauty Heroes product in here, which I need to remove. So there's a little teaser for you. It's skincare. I tried to curate like a very minimal, versatile skincare set. I brought Petrichor also because this is the only toner I have that's not in glass, and I like that. So you can see I'm like kind of powering through this. Really enjoy it. Kept my skin nice and in check and balance. So normally I remove my eye makeup and like lipstick and eyebrows with organic jojoba oil on like a cotton round. Traveling with oil like that is such a pain. I feel like it always leaks. Sorry, I'm like pulling my shirt down. So I wanted something that would just really tear through makeup and that I could use for a first and second cleanse and was easy to travel with. And I brought Jordan Samuel Plie, which is just everything. So basically what I did is I would take a little bit out and just basically break down all of my eye makeup, and then I would wet cotton rounds and remove it that way. Then I would go over with a full face breakdown, and I was removing that with a travel makeup wipe, one of the Bloom wipes, not travel, but like a face wipe. And then I did another squeeze of this and massaged it in and rinsed it off in the shower. So this is really just such a super versatile, amazing travel face wash product. I'm really happy I brought that. For Serum Oil Moisture, I brought 3 things. The Uma Beauty Boosting Day Face Oil, because it's like little, it's not focusing. So I brought that for my daytime face oil. I brought Jordan Samuel Etoile face oil, also because I like to mix in like half a dropper or a dropper full into body lotion. I like to create an emulsion of a lotion and a body oil for regular body moisture. And so this functioned really nicely as a face oil, or I mixed it into body cream as well. You can see I am kind of powering through this, but I really like it. It's totally like, it has no scent, but it's very moisturizing and nice. And then I brought, of course, my little trusty Tata Harper moisturizing mask, which I'm basically out of. I think I'll probably, God, my camera will not focus. And then 2 other just little things. I always bring a spot treatment when I travel. This is the Osmia spot treatment in case I break out. I didn't on this trip, although I did get some congested pores. I am so excited to do a face mask tonight. I think I'm gonna do Mahalo's The Bean. I feel like my skin is just craving like a really thick layer of like that chocolate pudding mask on my face. I'm gonna leave it on for like an hour. I'm like so excited. And then I just brought the Osmia Lip Doctor lip balm. And that was it for skincare. I was sort of impressed with myself and it all worked well, kept my skin in check, very happy with it. As far as the few other things I wanted to mention, I brought my Pretty Potion, which is a really nice sort of like lightly tinted shimmery body lotion, but it's more just sort of like light reflecting particles. So I really like using this if my legs are going to be bare. I had self-tanned before I went with Eco-Tan, and then I used this if my legs were ever exposed. And it's like easy to travel with, so I didn't bother like decanting. I brought, for hair care, I brought Stark Tendril and Captain Blankenship dry shampoo, and they both served me well the whole time. For fragrance, I brought Eccentric Molecule 01 and Trish McAvoy Sexy No. 9 Blackberry and Vanilla Musk. And then this was all makeup, but honestly for me, I feel like this is quite good. Let me just quickly show you. I'll go really quick. I brought these Tatcha Japanese beauty papers in case I needed to touch up. I think I did once. Yeah, I like these. They sent them to me like last year. Suntegrity is the only like sunscreen base that I brought, and then I'll just dump everything out so I can tell you like in order. Actually, maybe I'll like switch to pan down and rifle through with my other camera. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Okay, I feel like it's kind of nice to mix up the angles and stuff. Do you like my blue leggings? Okay, so I brought Suntegrity as my only base, and then the Becca Aqualuminous Concealer. I did bring my beauty blender, but I've already put it away. For powder, I brought the Hourglass Ambient, oh man, hard to do with one arm.
these to set with Wayne Goss brush. I also brought this baby, the Arcona Nearly Invisible SPF 30 powder, which, you know what, I'm liking it, but I have like extended thoughts on it in the sense that I feel like I inhale too much of the powder actually, and that sort of bothers me. But I don't know, maybe I'll do like a full review or something, or I'll talk about it more at length when I'm actually like facing the camera. So that was face. What else is here? Brows are just the Anastasia Brow Definer and Glossier Boy Brown Black. This is like done. I have a backup that I need to bust into. For eyes, I brought just a Z palette of this is a combination of like MAC and Jane Iredale shadows, and it's like really boring and unexciting. For, I brought my eye primer. I don't even think I used it at all. Oh, and I decanted a little bit of the Vapor primer, the one that came in the Beauty Heroes box, and I didn't use it at all. Yeah, I basically just like forgot to use this. I brought the Well People Bio Bronzer stick, which I blend out with the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. I didn't bring any additional blush. I just used I figured I would use one of the 3 lipsticks I brought for cheek color if I wanted it, and I mostly used Bite Mascarpone as a cream blush and lip color. And then the other 2 lipsticks I brought were Charlotte Tilbury Lost Cherry and Rodin Billy on the Bike. I actually only wore these 2. I didn't wear Lost Cherry at all. And I did wear this on my cheeks one day, and I really liked it. Let's see. Eyes, of course, Surratt Autographique. I did a winged line basically every day. Curled my lashes with the Surratt lash curlers. Actually, I tried to use my Kevin Aquan lash curler, and I kind of can't anymore. I'm totally like a convert to this shape now. I brought a few other eye brushes, the Wayne Goss 5 as a lower lash line brush, and this is a Hakuhodo J5523, I think, if I wanted to do shading on the lid. Well People Moonstone Bio Brightener for highlight. A couple black eye pencils, Antonym and Trish McAvoy. This one is much more like intense and like jet black and gel-like, and this is more just kind of like an everyday. I use this to tightline the upper waterline. A Lovi Tinted Lip Butter. I don't know why I brought that. I didn't need it because I brought the Osmia. Too Faced Better Than Sex is the only mascara that I have right now. I actually just returned the Well People mascara because it definitely does smudge on me. And then I brought the Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat in Pillow Talk, and also what's not in here is the Modern Minerals Lip Gloss in Pod Parashka, and that's like was my everyday lip color. I would line my lips with this and then do Pod Parashka.
But Jeannie brought me this to the dinner that she and I had at Millennium, which, by the way, I didn't even realize it until we got there. There's a restaurant called Millennium in Oakland. It used to be in San Francisco, and Jeannie jogged my memory that it was like a very famous vegan restaurant in San Francisco. I used to have their cookbook like in the mid-2000s, and I went through like a long vegetarian vegan period, and I was just like super, super obsessed, and I remembered that place was like sort of legendary in the vegan community before, you know, this was like 10 plus years ago, and they lowered their price point and moved to Oakland, and the food was like exceptional. We both had actually the same thing. We got the soup of the day, which was it was like a coconut cardamom parsnippy type of soup. It was so good. And then we had this sort of Japanese noodle mushroom like hot appetizer, and it was just really, really good. And there was like a ginger drink, non-alcoholic ginger drink we both had. It was just a really nice dinner. And Jeannie is just such a lovely person, you know, brought me this as a gift. It's White Hot Truth by Danielle Laporte. The little thing on the inside says, has your self-help become self-criticism? White Hot Truth is a sage and often hilariously relatable exploration of the conflict between genuine spiritual aspiration and our compulsion to improve. So actually this sounds so up my alley. Really, really excited. Thank you so much, Jeannie. It was just really great to see her.
So I have just been catching up on emails and approving comments on my last video that went up on Sunday when I was away. So I just got to read all of your great comments. They were super nice. I just replied to a bunch. I also just did a bunch of Instagram stories and replied to some threads on Vert Nouveau, the Facebook group. Yeah, I just had some computer time. I want to do like a 15 or 20 minute yoga stretch practice. I'm gonna find a yoga with Adriene video to do, just because my body feels like so creaky. And then take my nail polish off, put a face mask on. I haven't eaten anything since 8 this morning. Yeah, I think that's when I had breakfast. It's 3:30 now, so I think it's just gonna be like a 2-meal kind of day, which honestly is like sometimes kind of my preference. I pretty much always eat breakfast sometime between 7:30 and 9, and it's usually relatively substantial, but if I can, and usually I'm like, I would be ravenous by now, I don't know what my deal is, so I think I'll probably just have an early dinner.
The thing that I wanted to say before I watch Real Housewives of New York is that I finally got around to listening to the podcast Shit Town. So I thought that it was S-Town all that time because they don't actually spell out S-H-I-T on the podcast. I'm like the last person on earth, I'm sure, to be into this. It's definitely a May favorite. In fact, it's so much more than just a favorite. John B. and his story and the way that podcast was produced and the issues that it raised just really struck a very deep chord with me. I actually want to re-listen to the whole thing. Maybe I'll do like a whole video analysis of it or something, because I just think there's a lot there to unpack and sort of comment on. And if you haven't listened to it, if you're kind of like holding out like me, you've seen it floating around, but you feel interested, I just highly recommend listening to it. I haven't really connected with a podcast story that way since Serial Season 1 with Adnan Syed. I could never really get into Serial Season 2, but Season 1 I really liked. So yeah, I just wanted to gush about that for a minute because it's been on my mind, and I made a point. I was like, if I vlog, I need to talk about how good Shit Town was. So I have a legitimate question, not just coming on here to ramble. I think I kind of want to invest in a vlogging camera with a flip screen. So this is my old, I used to record like YouTube videos on this. So does anybody have a recommendation for a flip screen vlogging camera that they really, really like? I would be open to any and all recommendations. So this is the only little bit of vlog footage that is not from yesterday. Today is, I filmed most of the vlog yesterday, Thursday, and today is Friday. Clearly, like, I look very different. I'm wearing like a full face of makeup. Yesterday I was like pretty much barefaced. Yesterday on my Instagram stories, I did a query for a vlogging camera, and a couple people sent me recommendations, and the really good ones are pretty expensive. So the thing that I sort of wanted to posit is something that I've been thinking about for a little while, and it's the idea of maybe starting a Patreon account. I don't know how many of you are familiar with that. It's basically a way to support YouTube channels that you like via donation. So it's something I've been thinking about insofar as, I mean, this is like a long sort of like complicated discussion, but I think when you're a content producer that's not really so much based on advertising product or working with sponsors or doing a lot of affiliate marketing. You know, the time that you put into your channel is often not reflected in any sort of compensation that you get. I saw that Kimberly Clark had set up a Patreon account. She's really the only person that I follow that has done this. I liked how she sort of set it up, which is that you within Patreon, you can sort of set up milestones. Like if you get X amount in donations, you'll upgrade your equipment, or you'll upgrade your lighting, or you'll produce a certain kind of content or frequency of content. I think you can sort of set benchmarks like that. So what I was thinking with respect to vlogging is if you guys are into it and want to see more and want them to be of high quality, maybe I would start a Patreon account, and if I reached a certain threshold, then I would invest in a really nice vlogging camera, and then the quality would be good. But maybe this will all be a moot point because the quality on the iPhone is okay, except that I just don't, it's very distracting to vlog on an iPhone because the where you're supposed to look is here, but I don't know, it's just like not ideal. And the other camera I have was just like a total no-go. It was like a waste of time, honestly, unless you're filming not yourself and you're just filming things in front of you. So I don't know, I'm sort of dabbling around with the idea of Patreon as a way to support L'amour et la musique, especially as I move away from pushing product, really. I don't think I have ever really pushed product per se, but I was generating more revenue when I was talking about products more, which is just to be expected. And I haven't even been putting out as much content lately, and it's not as product driven. So I just kind of wanted to throw it out there as something that I'm sort of considering as the channel evolves. And like I'm saying, if vlogging is something that goes over well and it's something that you guys would be interested in seeing me sort of work on and refine and really dive into, then I think nice equipment would probably make a big difference. Maybe not right away, but in the long run. So I think that that's all that I have to say. I am heading out, so I am gonna go do that and wrap up this little awkward interlude. This is what I'm gonna have for dinner. My other camera decided to stop working, but this is actually like a very un-Mercedes like dinner. I don't typically have like raw vegetables and salads for dinner, but this is arugula, a bunch of parsley torn up, pumpkin seeds, and I threw some blueberries on there. Just because I had them, and then there's extra virgin olive oil, lemon juice, salt, and pepper, and then I just heated up some chicken. This is like a small thigh and a drumstick from an organic roast chicken, and that's gonna be my dinner. I think I'm gonna have some blue corn tortilla chips with it, and it's about 4:30 right now, so this is basically like my second and last meal today. I feel probably the best I have felt all day. I currently have Mahalo's The Bean mask on right out of the refrigerator, and like I instantly feel pretty amazing. I did a first wash with Max and Me Purity and Grace just to take off whatever makeup I was wearing and then removed it with a warm washcloth, and then I just really went to town getting this like everywhere. And then I also put some of the Arcona Eye Dew under my eyes. You can probably see it looks quite like moisturized and dewy. I just like to do that if I have a face mask on. And I'm intending to leave it on for a while. I think I'm gonna leave this on for like an hour probably. It just feels literally so good. I just felt my limbic system like take a huge sigh of relief. Since the last time you saw me, I took a shower. I actually tried to extract a bunch of pores on my nose and on my chin, and it went really well. I got like a ton of gunk out. I know that probably sounds really gross. And for skincare, I did Omli Botanical Mist, which I'm almost out of. And then I did some Mahalo Vitality Elixir just to kind of like keep with the Mahalo theme, and a little bit of Lena Hansen Global Treasures. And then I have been jade rolling my face to just kind of continue to like depuff and get things moving, because I feel like very, you know, when you travel and stuff, it's just like you're really like out of your normal routine. So that's it. It's almost 8 o'clock. I'm probably going to go to bed by 9. Honestly, I'm tired. I have to get up quite early too. I have several appointments tomorrow during the day, and I'm going out tomorrow night. Well, there was something else I wanted to say. Oh, I've been watching some of my iPhone vlog footage back, which is what this is. Clearly, I don't know what I'm doing. And I'm sorry that it's so shaky. I was like, oh, especially in like the face mask clip, I couldn't hold the camera straight, so I'm sorry about that. But there was something else. Oh, I did go have a snack after dinner too that was really good. I mixed some of the cherry juice in with some whole milk organic kefir, and then I put some cacao nibs on it, and then I had a pack of those gluten-free chocolate cookies. That was like my little dessert. It was really good. So I'm feeling happy, and like I got way more accomplished today than I sort of intended to. So if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them below. I'll try and link and list anything relevant to this video in the description bar. And otherwise, I will just look forward to seeing you guys in my next video really soon. Bye.